Hi guys, so good morning, welcome back to my magical world. I am Frostbite and I have a bit messy face, but it's okay. So, later kasi alis kami, but hindi pa ako nakakapag-prepare. So it is what it is. So it's 11:55 in the morning and today is May 19, 2023. And thank God it's Friday. So yun, as usual, ang bilis ng araw. And it's okay kasi marami pa naman tayong araw. So let's proceed to reading. I don't have my book right now, so just using a phone. Actually, I'm not really sure if the pages here are like correctly in the same position as of the book. But yun na lang, let's just read it na lang guys kasi this is what's available right now. And I'm not in a stable location, so let's start. So let's start guys. Ay, hindi talaga ako sa morning um not super into. So the kind of feedback we work toward is in and itself often unimportant. So what difference does it make if I hit the tennis ball between the white lines? If I immobilize the enemy king of the chessboard, or if I notice a glimmer of understanding in my patient's eyes at the end of the therapeutic hour? So what makes the information valuable is the symbolic message it contains. So what I have succeeded in my goal. Such knowledge creates order in consciousness and strengthens the structure of the self. So almost any kind of feedback can be enjoyable provided it is logically related to a goal and each one has invested psychic energy. So if I were to set myself up to balance a walking stick on my nose, then the sight of the stick wobbling upright above my face would provide a brief, enjoyable interlude. But each of us is temperamentally sensitive to a certain range of information that we learn to value more than most other people do. And it is likely that we will consider feedback involving that information to be more relevant than others might. So, sana matuloy yung schedule ko. Because I'm gonna be busy like for the next 6 months. So, sana matuloy lahat ng lakad ko. So, yun nga. For instance, some people are born with exceptional sensitivity to sound. They can discriminate among different tones and pitches and recognize and remember combinations of sounds better than the general population. It is likely that such individuals will be attracted to playing with sounds. They will learn to control and shape auditory information. So, breathe guys, breathe. Saglit lang. Saan na ba tayo? For them, the most important feedback will consist in being able to combine sounds to produce or reproduce rhythms and melodies. So composers, singers, performers, conductors, and music critics will develop more among them in other people, and they will learn to pay attention to the signals they send out. So, yun. Kagabi pala kami. Karaoke. So the feedback they will be looking for is the expression of human emotion. Some people have fragile selves that they need constant reassurance, and for them the only information that counts is winning in a competitive situation. Others have invested so much in being liked that the only feedback they take into account is approval and admiration. So I hope you are not someone like this that needs outside validation. You really know you really have to validate yourself. It's you guys. It's always been you. It's not the outside world. It's an external competition with yourself. Yeah, that's why I'm here to remind you to be really be kind to yourself. Don't be self-critical, but I am self-critical actually. sometimes if I wanted to like post something, I still ask myself like, is this good? Is this okay for me and for my alter ego? Just kidding, guys. So, a good illustration of the importance of feedback is contained in the responses of a group of blind religious women interviewed by Professor Fausto Massimini's team of psychologists in Milan, Italy. Like the other respondents in our studies, they were asked to describe the most enjoyable experience in their lives. For these women, many of whom had been sightless since birth, and most frequently mentioned flow experiences were the result of reading books in Braille, praying, doing handicrafts like knitting and binding books, and helping each other in case of sickness or other need. Of over 600 people interviewed, okay, so by the Italian team, these blind women stressed more than anyone else the importance of receiving clear feedback as a condition for enjoying whatever they were doing. So unable to see what was going on around them, they needed to know even more than sighted people whether what they were trying to accomplish was actually coming to pass. So we have a subtopic here. So learn to breathe, guys, especially if you're like in an urban area. No, in the city. I'll be back there. So, yun nga, and also make sure that you know exactly what you're doing. Sometimes it's good to know that you really know what you are doing, diba? So, in order to accomplish a lot of things, you really have to master your own piece or craft or know thyself. You'll know you when you get to know better yourself, you will accomplish a lot of things. Because you will not be easily persuaded by other people's opinions of you. So ganun nga, guys. So we have a subtopic here. Dami ko segue, no? So concentration on the task at hand. One of the most frequently mentioned dimensions of the flow experience is that while it lasts, one is able to forget all the unpleasant aspects of life. This feature of flow is an important byproduct of the fact that enjoyable activities require complete focusing on attention on the task at hand, thus leaving no room in the mind for irrelevant information. So when you are doing something, guys, for example, like playing a chess game, playing any game, Snake, whatever, guys, you know that Space Impact way back before. Yeah, you really need to be really concentrated when you are playing that, because you have to master the killing those space aliens. Anyways, guys, let's go back here. So, in normal everyday existence, we are the prey of thoughts and worries, including unwanted in consciousness. So, because most jobs and home life in general lack the pressing demands of flow experiences, concentration is rarely so intense that preoccupations and anxieties can be automatically ruled out. So consequently, the ordinary state of mind involves unexpected and frequent episodes of entropy interfering with the smooth run of psychic energy. This is one reason why flow improves the quality of experience. The clearly structured demands of the activity impose order and exclude the interference of disorder in consciousness. So a professor of physics who was an avid rock climber described his state of mind was climbing as follows: "It is as if my memory input has been cut off. So all I can remember is the last 30 seconds, and I can think ahead is the next 5 minutes. In fact, any activity that requires concentration has a similarly narrow window of time." So, but it is not only the temporal focus that counts. What is even more significant is that only a very select range of information can be allowed in the awareness. Therefore, all the troubling thoughts and ordinarily keep passing through through the mind are temporarily kept in abeyance. As a young basketball player explains, the court, that's all that matters. So sometimes out on the court, I think of a problem like fighting with the steady girl and think that's nothing compared to the game. So you can think about a problem all day, but as soon as you get in the game, as soon as you get in the game, you can think about, ay wait lang. As soon as you get in the game, the hell with it. So when another kids and another kids my age, they think a lot, but when you're playing basketball, that's all there is on your mind, just basketball. So everything seems to follow right along. So a mountaineer expands on the same theme. When you are climbing, you are not aware of other problematic life situations. So let's end it there. So more like these pages are talking about concentrations and ability to really focus on whatever the heck you are trying to do, and because you will reach a state of flow on that. Yeah, so ito naman, paulit-ulit naman natin itong sinasabi. I'm bored because I already read this book. I already read this book. So, I'm just, making sure that I have read all the good books to you guys. So, just so I could, you will learn from me. Because you guys are lazy. And I am too. So, let's make sure that we will get the same, element of exchange. So with that, we can accomplish a lot of things. So yun na nga guys, there's nothing much that we will proceed. Sana dala ko yung book kasi I don't like reading on phones and laptops. I want the hard copy. I want the hard I want to touch it like word per word. So, guys, I will talk to you again tomorrow. Sana matuloy yung mga lakad namin. I wanted to go to, it's really hot nowadays, but I wanted to go to a hot spring. Anyways, guys, we'll see you again tomorrow. So, stay with me. Subscribe na. What are you waiting for? So, thank you guys for listening. This is good for us. Know that. Because I also impart, wisdoms that are actually you really need that because it's based on experience, and I help you also. I uplift people here on my channel because that's what we do here. Okay, you don't need to drag other people down. Let's uplift each other because just because that is, it's good. Like when you are seeing someone that being successful, diba? So you really got to learn to be happy for them, whatever the heck they achieved in this lifetime. Sana in a good way, hopefully. So, bye na guys, bye. Daldal ko eh.